The RSS-linked ban, which stopped the government staff from joining RSS, has now been lifted by centre. The move has raked a massive political storm, with the centre removing the 58-year-old ban that prevented government employees from associating with the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh and its activities. Now, according to the BJP, the ban was initially implemented in response to a massive anti-cow slaughter protest at the parliament in 1966. This was supported by the RSS. BJP hailed and welcomed the lifting of what they called an unconstitutional ban. Now, Congress has alleged that RSS will take over government offices and tamper with the constitution. Further adding to the chorus, the Samajwadi Party has raised concerns about the presence of what they termed as BJP and RSS's sleeper cells, quote-unquote, within important governmental organizations. AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi has criticized the order and highlighted that RSS oath puts Hindutva ideology over national unity. Sena, UBT and TMC have also claimed that government officials should not have any affiliation with RSS and called the order anti-constitutional. Listen in.
RSS की activities पे now the government officials can participate. It's a government order and it says that you can participate now. That all order where banning government officials from RSS activities has been withdrawn. How do you react to that?
See, an organization which a condition was laid to lift their ban that they should accept India's constitution, they should accept India's national flag. And after they had fulfilled all those conditions and they had given a written constitution, then the ban was lifted on RSS. Now, in government services, this ban has been continuing. Now, in my opinion, it is a wrong decision. Any uniformed organization, whether they are cultural or non-cultural, should not be permitted for the government servants. And the important point one must realize is that one must read the oath of RSS. When one becomes a member of RSS, first it was in Marathi, then they changed to Sanskrit. Does it talks about inclusive India? No. Does it talks about pluralism? Do they accept pluralism, diversity? No. Now, allowing government servants to participate in RSS activities is not at all good for our India's, pluralism, diversity. And the most important point, it shows that what are the allies doing? If it's an NDA government, what are the various parties who are supporting this NDA government doing? Are they agreeing with this decision, or will they only come out and say, oh, we don't accept it or what?
It's a very serious issue. It calls into questions the neutrality of the bureaucracy. The bureaucracy must be neutral. The bureaucracy can't have affiliations outside. And the government must explain how they rescinded this ban. And the RSS is nothing but a political organization.
We all know that RSS and Mr. Modi are into different relationship now, and RSS is against Mr. Modi. To please the RSS, Mr. Modi is doing this thing which is allowing the hate inside the government offices, hate inside the North Block and South Block, hate inside the Kendriya Vidyalayas in across India, hate inside the post offices of Hastings, which is going to be dangerous for this country. And this is a step which will destroy the neutrality of the bureaucracy in India itself.
And this move has been brought in. The ban was imposed because on the 7th of November 1966, there was a massive anti-cow slaughter protest outside the parliament. The RSS Janasangh had mobilized support in lakhs. Many died in the police firing. On the 30th of November 1966, Indira Gandhi banned government staff from joining the RSS. RSS has welcomed the lifting of the ban, calling the previous restrictions baseless and politically motivated.
राष्ट्रीय स्वयंसेवक संघ गत 99 वर्षों से सतत राष्ट्र के पुनर्निर्माण के विभिन्न कार्यों में लगा हुआ है और समाज सेवा के विभिन्न कार्यों में वो सतत संलग्न है, परंतु अपने राजनीतिक स्वार्थों के चलते तत्कालीन सरकार द्वारा शासकीय कर्मचारियों को संघ जैसे रचनात्मक कार्य करने वाले संगठन के गतिविधियों में भाग लेने के लिए पाबंदी लगाई गई थी। वर्तमान के शासन ने आज उस पाबंदी को जो हटाया है, ये निर्णय समुचित है और भारत की लोकतांत्रिक व्यवस्था को ये निर्णय पुष्ट करेगा।
that this ban was imposed by a party and a government which had an animosity and opposition to everything which is Hindu. The imposition of this ban was unlawful. Several Swayamsevaks had taken this matter to the court. I am happy that the ban has been withdrawn, and this is a rightful action that should have happened several decades ago.
Let's take this across to our guest. Joining us with us is Uday Mahurkar, who's a senior journalist and author. With us also is Rakesh Sinha, former member of parliament and RSS thinker. We have also Dr. Nikul Patel, leader of the Congress, as well as Ravi Srivastava, political analyst. Let me start with you first. Nikul Patel, it's a complete misuse of provisions, says the RSS in its official reaction, by the then government that was in power in 1966. How do you respond to that?
See, firstly, if you see any organization, it's working in the country for the cultural and heritage protection, then it's welcome, right? But if we see the history, what happened during the time of Mahatma Gandhi ji and Sardar Patel rightly said about what RSS is, and then when it comes to our hoisting of flag or whatever, believing in constitution, some controversy is always there with this organization. That is why in 1966, when it comes to some decision, government might have taken that decision at that time. Present government is feeling that a government employee can join RSS, then that is their own wish and they can issue an order. But if you see in the overall interest of the country, definitely if you see the history dates back, then definitely any government employee should not join any political or any organization. We know that RSS is a non-political organization, but we see how the pracharak comes to the electoral politics and then they become Prime Minister. So that is why
let's quickly get in other panelists on this. Rakesh Sinha, RSS says that it is not a political organization but is yet engaged in politics, is a charge coming from a panelist. And you would have seen the Samajwadi Party's statement, which they call quote unquote sleeper cells of the RSS within the government. Your response to those 2 points being made here?
You know, those people who don't want to understand the RSS for their own political reason and for selfishness, they can't make a moral comment on the RSS. There are two very important issues. No liberal democracy can ban any cultural organization or a government official to participate in cultural activities. Just I'm giving an example of that. The 1,70,000 projects RSS is holding all over the country. Tribal areas, in the marginalized people. Vanvasi Kalyan Ashram has huge projects. Those people who are working among the marginalized Dalits, tribals, they are encouraging the indigenous culture and the art, literature and the dances. Those people who have been neglected by the Indian state since independence. That organization is being called political. Every citizen is a political. No citizen can claim apolitical because every citizen has a right to vote. Every citizen has a right to contest the election. Therefore, it is folly to call that RSS is a political organization. Every Swayamsevak vote and he votes according to conscience. But at the same time, if you are stopping the government officials participating in the cultural activity, this means you are depriving them from the larger action. I'll give you an example of that, why Congress government has continued this. This is replica of the colonial perspective. In 1932, the British government banned the government officials participating in the Saka RSS activities. In 1933 December, the government brought another circular in which it banned the local self-government employees participating in the RSS activities. That was debated in the Central Council's Assembly. In central provinces and Berar, which is now Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh, that council had debated. There was no BJP, there was no RSS, there was no Hindu Mahasabha in the council. In that debate, 14 members participated. All the issues OVC is raising,
Right.
All the issues Samajwadi Party is raising,
Right.
everything has been debated. And
Okay.
14 members participated. They unanimously supported the cut motion against the ban on the RSS, and the ban was withdrawn. Therefore, I suggest Rahul Gandhi, I suggest Jairam Ramesh, I suggest Samajwadi Party to go and read at least the parliamentary debate. That parliamentary debate during the
Let me bring
period.
in Ravi on that. Let me bring in Ravi, please, on that. Ravi, you're ignoring history. There is a colonial mindset to this kind of an order, and if this matter has been debated and discussed several times in the past, why is it being raked up again when this injustice that was done, quote unquote, as the RSS and the BJP have been calling it, has been undone?
Madhav, good evening. First of all, by putting up this kind of, removing this kind of a ban by the present government is questioning the very wisdom of those leaders who had imposed it. We should recall 1948 when Mahatma Gandhi was assassinated by a RSS worker, and then the first time the ban was imposed. In later they gave an apology and all that, so it was withdrawn. But in 66, when they brought a big morcha on the parliament, the cow slaughter movement, and there was a firing and the many were killed for that. So now again the ban was imposed. It was reinforced in 1980 and it remains in force. Why I want to ask, if it is so logical and so useful, then why this government was sitting on it for 10 years? They would have done it right when they came in the government.
Not true.
None other than our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who was for 6 years in the government as a Prime Minister.
Okay, he's countering on facts. I want Mr. Mahurkar to come in on that as well. Mr. Mahurkar, repeatedly the argument coming in from two panelists is that look at the antecedents of the person who killed Mahatma Gandhi. Would you like to respond to that fact? Because clearly, of course, Mr. Sinha is also pointing out that is very contentious.
It is a fact that Godse killed Gandhi, and Godse was a member of RSS at one time. But the way Congress tried to use that politically, Veer Savarkar was wrongly booked in that. He had no role to play. And Manohar Malgaonkar, the great author, when he met Digambar Badge, who was the approver in the Gandhi murder, Digambar Badge in 1978, 30 years later, told Malgaonkar that I had given the statement against Savarkar because of government pressure. So RSS is an out-and-out nationalist organization. You see, India was divided on the basis of religion. You should not forget. And it was demanded by a section of Muslims. After that, an organization which is working for everybody. There is a Rashtriyawadi Muslim Manch also, which is part of RSS. So this step has come very late. I expected Narendra Modi government to take this decision as soon as it came. It has come 10 years late, I would say. And RSS has a record of social service, as Mr. Sinha was saying, across the country. When it goes, whenever there is a natural calamity, you find RSS volunteers who reach there first, more than anybody else, even before government agencies, and they don't discriminate between Hindus and Muslims. And if RSS is opposing radical Muslims, it is justified. I oppose radical Muslims. RSS is not against Muslim community. It is opposing those who dream of making India an Islamic nation. So this removal of this ban is a very apt step, a proper step. If a person can go to a club after office hours, he can go to a shakha also. What is wrong in it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. What's wrong with it, Ravi Srivastava? The facts have been contorted and, there's been a pattern in how the RSS has been targeted in the past. Please respond to Mr. Mahurkar.
Yes, that this is what kind of social and cultural things they are talking about. They are talking about the Hindu Rashtra. They are talking about the Hindutva in every walk of life. I mean, that is what Rahul Gandhi said in the parliament, that he is defining that Hindus who have become Hinsak, This is all courtesy RSS only.
Okay.
Otherwise,
quick response to Mr. Maurkar. Mr. Maurkar, quick response on that point. Quick response on that point. He is defending. One second. You made your point, Mr. Srivastav. He's defending. He's talked about those within RSS who are or that ideology of Hindutva who are promoting violence. That's what Rahul Gandhi has said. And today we've also seen, one of the opposition parties come out and say, I think this is Asduddin Owaisi. Yes, he has said that they put the Hindutva ideology above the nation. This is one of the criticisms coming in from the opposition as well.
Let me ask you one question. Mr. Rahul Gandhi has won twice from Wayanad. Who are the Muslims backing him in Wayanad? Along with moderate Muslims, there are most radical organizations who are backing Rahul Gandhi in Wayanad. There is an article I did about 5 years ago. You see that article.
You are dividing.
So let us now. You see, this ban was imposed because of
now, what kind
animosity of animosity. Let me reply first. Let me reply first. I did not.
Okay, one by one. Yeah,
I did not.
Okay, one second. Mr. Srivastav, just 1 second.
No. You see, Congress is a party which stands charged with playing Muslim appeasement politics.
Okay.
And that too in India, which gave Pakistan to those Muslims who wanted a separate nation.
All right. I don't know. I will just say this. That at the end of the day, whether Mr. Rahul Gandhi has won, lost, the point is that, when it comes to the voters, we certainly can't be tagging voters in one particular context or whichever organization has supported him. We'll certainly, of course, have to leave it there. Mr. Maurkar, Rakesh Sinha, Nikul Patel and Ravi Srivastav, thanks so much for joining us this evening.